It's the man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the people versus the Blvd Bullies versus the world. I'm your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies, and I'm joined by my two accomplices, my cohorts, my co-hosts, the crew, the clique, the fam, ready to die. First and foremost, fresh off of his jaunt into the deep, deep South. The Mid-South, but also the Deep South. What was the fun fact you told me about? It was the birthplace of the birth of the leader of the Ku Klux Klan. The founding community. And this guy, he just went in, he said, guess what? I'm deathmatch. I know what you did last summer, and I know what you did next summer, which is book Larry Legend to host your event. Ladies and gentlemen, CZW Hall of Famer, former Showcase Showdown winner, my wrestling father. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry the Legend. Nice pussy.
She missed me because I was gone. So this week I don't have to pull her up. She's coming up for her appearance.
Everybody
But
comes.
yeah, the second time, y'all. Second time in McKenzie, Tennessee for Carnage Cup.
And we can't wait to listen to your review on that. We might have some special guests, some special surprises. But the next co-host, the man who booked, speaking of surprises, the man who said, hey, guess what? This is what I've done. Fall in line or get out of the way. Nicholas Gage next week, 10/29 on the show. Announced, booked, confirmed. And anybody else who's got a problem, guess what? Watch out for that uppercut, because he'll get you in one punch. The Deathmatch, former administrator of Deathmatch Elite, current agitator of the Deathmatch community. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bad Take Bry, the merch guy.
Hello, fellow freaks. Welcome to the shit show.
Before we get into the weekend's events, I just want to let you guys know what I was doing so that you understand why I have absolutely no knowledge of the goings-on in the community. You may or may not know from the last 2 weeks that the New York Metropolitans were on a run of a lifetime. They were on the run of a lifetime.
I remember.
You celebrated and almost died on the show.
I celebrated and almost died on the show. I celebrated and almost died every single game they played. Heart palpitations through baseball romance, but also through aggressive drug and alcohol abuse. Well,
yes.
I'm happy to say for my liver and for my heart, but sad to say for my soul, that my guys, my day ones, the New York Metropolitans have been eliminated from the Major League Baseball playoffs. Sad but true. Sad but true. Because, it's a conspiracy. If the Mets had won, it wouldn't have been a conspiracy. But because the Mets lost, it's all fixed and bullshit. It's a work. You got the one major monster conglomerate, the Los Angeles Dodgers, playing the other Bank of America, the New York Yankees in the World Series. It's what they all always wanted. And I just want you to know that baseball was the most important thing to me for the last 2 months, really all summer, and especially the last 2 months. And now I will not be watching one pitch of the World Series. So they played on Friday. It was emotional. I was hungover and had to work on Saturday. It was difficult. And then on Sunday they played again and lost. And I was hungover and sad. So I have no idea what was going on in the wrestling community. I have no idea what was going on in the South, the Deep South, the Far West, the Northeast. I have no clue, no ideas, no notes, and no plan for this show. So I just want to let you guys know that I love you. And, next week I might be back. Also, we have been demonetized until November 1st. So you might have noticed those other shows have been taking a break. Guess what? November 1st, bing, bang, boom, biggity, biggity, bong. We're right back on it. Brian, how was your weekend of viewership before we get to Larry?
I viewed all. I don't really give a shit about sports, but my father, who's dead now, loved baseball and the Mets and all sports more than anything. So I paid attention to the baseball. I saw some movies and I watched wrestling. I saw good movies. I saw good horror movies. I like not long legs.
Ooh, we did have a lengthy horror movie discussion, and it is the month of October. And a lot of the regular viewers loved us talking about Art the Clown and all the goings-on in the Halloween community. So we'll get to your movies in a minute. Brian, what was the favorite thing you watched this weekend?
Of wrestling?
Wrestling.
Wrestling? Well, the only thing that I really got to watch in full was the Seven show, because the stream for Carnage Cup wasn't working too well, so I decided it's better to just wait until it's, because they're editing it as we speak, and it will be released and look dope. So I'm excited to see it. But Seven is the show that I watched.
All right, we'll get to
There
Seven.
was also there was GCW as well.
There was also GCW. And, we'll get to the GCW People versus the World GCW promo, because I came out of my Mets cornhole, poked my little head out to say, that was dope. But we'll get to that later. Larry, good to see you're alive and well. Are you tired? What's your energy level at? I feel like, I'm looking on Instagram, I feel like this was like a 4-day event.
It was. I have to say something about something that was said minutes ago. I think that sports are like super, super fake. I think that like all of the sports people like you, Pat, are like really like fake. Because like I don't understand how you can really like really love it.
It's wrestling
but
for the
then
norms.
When like your team, when your team, which is actually not even represented by people from the place that you live in, like, as the Mets are not Queens guys, they're just guys.
And the guy who owns them is like just a billionaire who hasn't.
Yeah, I don't understand how y'all cannot, like, because I know there are a lot of fans like you of the sports that when their motherfuckers are gone, they're like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, what? Because if my motherfucker doesn't make it to like Mania, like if I'm pulling for Leo Rush to be on Mania or AR Fox to be on All Out, if they don't like make it, I'm not like fuck that show.
You're still
Like
watching. Yeah,
I love
facts.
this shit. I love watching it, no matter
Well,
no
I
matter
feel
who
like
the
the
fuck is like.
Sports, but that's why sports is it's like a team-based sport. So if your team's not in it, you like lose like interest because it's not your guys.
Well, think
like you
think
have
about this.
But don't you love? But don't you love it? Don't you love getting to the World Series, no matter who the fuck?
No,
Hulk Hogan
no,
is?
You want to
not
watch?
me,
You want to
not
watch?
me.
You want to watch
Don't
the
you
best
love the fucking the pageantry of your shit?
facts. You want to watch the
That's
best
what
in
I
the
don't
world
understand.
compete. You want to
It's
watch the best
Super
compete.
Bowl. This is
Facts.
the big shit. I don't care if you lost money. Don't you love football? Don't you love baseball?
Larry, think about the tribalism that exists within the deathmatch community and the.
Oh, I get it, dude. I get it.
So imagine if you did
I
that.
fucking
Imagine
get
if.
it. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how like sports people like just like are like fuck football because the Ravens didn't make it. Don't you like football?
No, I mean football's a little different for me, but like to me,
I'm
baseball.
using that as a generalization. I don't give a fuck if it's basketball, football, baseball. You know, you like the game.
Well, the
Do
thing.
you? Or
the-
do you just like being like my guys won?
I mean, I'm
Because
just.
I want wrestling to win, and wrestling won this
Well, that's the
weekend.
thing. It's like
So
it's
even
like
though I don't see eye to eye with Brett, even though I don't see eye to eye with Brett, and I don't fuck with him, I'm glad he was in the conversation along with Seven, along with Carnage Cup, along with all the shit because wrestling won.
There was more than just that too. There was more that it's insane. It's honestly kind of insane how much wrestling is happening all at once. I guess it was always happening, but now you just see it because of the internet, because there was like territories, they were all doing wrestling. But it's like there's a lot of wrestling happening. There was Revolver, there was fucking Midwest, like shit just we don't even know just happening with like packed crowds, you know? Not deathmatch. It's just like
well, Larry.
Wrestling is-
A lot of
Yeah.
people.
wrestling's
A lot of
popping.
people in the chat are saying that you are bringing up valid points, and you are bringing up very valid points. And I have feelings that are close to yours, but also, close to what I had just said a moment ago about how I'm not going to watch one pitch of the World Series. But it would take the whole podcast to describe them. I'll just tell you this: I don't need to root for the MLB or the NFL because they're already winning. You know what I mean? They're already winning. Like, so within that concept of McDonald's, the Big Mac, like multi-bajillion dollar stadiums and all this, like, I don't know who said it, but you root for the laundry. And there's something about rooting for the laundry over the course of one's life because of the proximity in which you were born to the stadium, that like there's a certain type of pride in a Mets hat, in a Yankees hat.
That's kind of what
and
makes the
even to
Olympics
love
cooler,
the
though,
losing
too.
team. Like think about the Cubs. Think about the people. The Cubs were a losing team for like 100 years, so it becomes like a thing. I don't know. I guess as I'm saying it, I
I
understand
get it.
how it's lame.
I get it. I mean, in some regard, you're going old school because back in the day, if your neighborhood had a stadium, that meant okay.
Right. Well, and of course, it's all about.
Season. Motherfuckers are coming in with dollars to
Well,
come
a
to
lot
your
of
stadium
dollars.
in your backyard.
And that's the
So
thing.
that was like
as wrestling fans and fans of the deeply alternative arts, I find it much easier to agree with you when you say wrestling wins. Like, but the Super Bowl don't need one more fucking guy. But it's more about like going undercover as a norm and feeling a sense of community that doesn't have like high stakes such as religion or deathmatch. I can just go to the Mets Stadium and high five a fucking guy who, you know what I mean? And just like, I don't have to talk to him. I don't have to engage him in discussion. I'm not on Mets subreddit, I'm just rooting for my guys. It's like a lower stakes.
The people that are going to the games, it's always just people that are there for one team or the other team. Usually, either it's not just some guy that's going because he loves football. It's some guy that's obsessed with his fucking team.
Fireman Ed.
The stadium's just filled with those
Yeah,
guys.
but those people are sick, Brian. Those people are sick people.
That's you. It's you. Those are you.
I have never painted my face. I have never painted my body.
Sick. You sick.
But hold on. But hold on. If these companies that ran this weekend keep going, then eventually maybe there will be like a system, not the MLB of wrestling, but like the world of, I don't know what to call it. You know what I mean?
Like a collective, but it's wrestling's weird. Wrestling's weird as fuck, man. It's like they're all because like wrestling companies are competing with each other. MLB is the MLB, and the teams are competing. It's different. Like promotions are
it's like a planet
running shows to make money.
It's got its own like fucking gravitational pull.
It's like risk. It's like wrestling's like a game of risk.
But Brian, we clearly saw.
That was
and you
so
know what
wise.
I'm talking about. We clearly saw, Brian, and you know what I'm talking about. Two wrestling promoters that were running deathmatch shows that cooperated to make sure that one deathmatch star could appear on both shows, no matter if it meant an extra flight, if it meant an extra person going to the Nashville International Airport 2 hours away from the fucking venue. We saw two wrestling promoters sit across one another at the round table. It's never been a round table with Brett unless it's Stephanie McMahon. You know, when it's Steph, it's a round table. But we saw two wrestling promoters basically be like, hey, I need him. Can I have him? And the other wrestling promoter be like, well, I don't have a problem with you having him, but what about me? And then the other wrestling promoter be like, well, I'll help you make it happen if we can have him. And the other wrestling promoter being like, oh, well, if you can help me make it happen, have him.
Larry.
And look at Masada.
Larry. And you
Mario
are,
has
of
a
course,
billion-dollar
referring to
backer, though.
Masada, who did two shows in basically a day, two shows in like 15 hours. But, you know, it's funny you mentioned that.
He
Because
went back too, bro.
I feel like months and months and months ago on this show, we talked about the same exact scenario where, what's the guy's name from Mexico who's like the Joker? Pogo Man? Pagano. You remember that was the same situation?
Yes, Pat, yes.
And sorry, you say 105, I hear 530. Sorry, tough luck.
Bro, Pat, great call out, bro.
Remember?
Masada made it.
Right, but Masada made it. Well, that's what we're saying is that
that's the point.
Two people
That's the point.
this weekend worked together, sitting across from each other at the round table, as Larry so eloquently put.
And that's a really fucked up thing because they ran the Pagano didn't he showed up and he was late to that show, and those guys ran the show together. Those Ruthless Pro Wrestling and ICW
but the flights
ran
the
a
flights.
show.
The flights, the flights, Brian. The flights.
Right. No, I understand.
Whoops.
I see.
Yeah, Pat. Great call out, Pat.
So
great
that
call out.
that is promising. That's a promising and positive thing.
Yeah. So maybe eventually we'll all just get behind wrestling.
Well, really, because you want to be as big as baseball. You think about it like Friday night.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Like SmackDown was on Friday night on Fox, and that was like the biggest opportunity like ever. You know what I'm saying? Even when you watch the Vince doc, how they're talking about, and then, Saturday night's main event was on fucking NBC, and we were all going nuts. Because really that's part of why we all root for wrestling, right? It's because we want wrestling to infiltrate. It's fun when wrestling infiltrates and gets its due credit. You feel?
Yes, Pat. Yes.
So what do you want to talk about first? Let's do a boots on the ground. Larry, walk me through your entire journey, your entire trip. I heard that you wore your dead uncle's duster.
Guys, my uncle's name was John. And the fact that JBL has been appearing at MLW and GCW and all over the place in that duster and just coming in and clothesline. I was like, yo, I'm wearing my Uncle John's duster. I'm wearing my dead Uncle John's duster. And I love that me and JBL are repping the Dusters right now.
I love that
for
you
the
and Brian are
fucking-
repping your dead uncles.
I
Yeah,
love the dead uncle.
that as
Buster,
well.
dude.
That as well, dude.
It's important. It's important.
Yeah. So yeah, I wore. Now listen, I have worn this duster one other time. Brian, do you know when it was?
And the chains? Was it in the chains?
Never, never for the chains. It was for XPW's Houston Premier
Loco, the
Arena
Loco.
debut. For the XPW Houston Premier Arena debut, I wore the duster. I loved the way I looked in it, and I was like, you know what? I'm bringing this shit out again for not Alabama, but McKenzie, Tennessee. One of the birthplaces, not the only, but one of the founding communities of the Ku Klux Klan. I wanted to wear my dead uncle's duster in McKenzie, and his hat, and his twin stone.
Is that his
That
hat?
hat
Is
that
that
I
your
was
dead
wearing,
uncle's
that's
hat?
twin
As
Dead
well?
stone.
Uncle Duo. The Dead
That's
Uncle
my
Duo,
dead
dude.
uncle. My dead Uncle John.
That fucking hat looks like it just tore itself out of a Stephen King novel. Something like the last Western, The Stand, Twin
Cutter.
Towers, Western Twin Towers.
Neil Diamond Cutter said he saw me from the dressing room area just talking, and he was like, I thought you were some Amish guy. He was like, I thought you were some Amish preacher that like was
Hell
coming
yeah.
to like it was
Neil
awesome.
Diamond, not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Friend of the show.
There
Friend
are
of
no
the show.
black Amish. Come
He's
on.
fearless. He's fearless.
It's a fucking honey badger. Those motherfuckers are scary.
So,
Dude, don't fight anything.
Larry, tell us about your flight. Walk me through from the morning of. Like, let's just
Let
get
me tell ya.
into
Let me tell
it.
ya. Direct flights, Larry loves. Ain't no Baltimore to Atlanta, Atlanta to Houston, Houston to Charlotte, Charlotte to Baltimore. I'm talking be more directly to Nashville. But
Wait, Larry, can I?
Nashville is-
I'm sorry, Larry. I got to stop you right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Larry. I got to pause you because Captain Dave says, hey, I was trying to get in the Zoom with you guys, and I can't. I'm blocked. So I just want to say that at 8:30 we are taking calls. And so I want to put this out there right now, Larry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we got to put it out right now because when Larry leaves the show, whenever Larry leaves the show, we are going direct to taking calls. So what you have to do is you have to print or you have to screenshot. Nah, fuck it. Just DM us on Instagram. Follow us and DM us on Instagram. And we're going to select some person
Listen.
randomly to take calls.
Listen.
All right.
Stop
Like a radio
talking.
show.
Just stop talking, everybody, except for me. I don't want any interruptions.
I'm
for
so
what
sorry.
I'm
I'm
about
so
to say,
sorry,
I'm
Larry.
about to say right now, because in all of my years of doing anything, I've never been interrupted by the likes of Captain Dave, and it's something that they were talking about ever. So please,
That was
I just
probably
ask
the worst
that everyone
interruption
just
you've ever
shut up.
gotten. Yeah.
Everyone, hold on. Everyone just shut up for 1 second, because I've got news for you. I'm often like late for the green room, and I often don't talk to y'all, but I don't have to pick up my godson. I don't have to pick up my godson tonight because it's my godson's brother tonight, and my godson's actual dad is down here from New York celebrating his third son's birthday. So godson skipped night school tonight.
Happy birthday.
So like
Hey,
all of that stuff about Captain Dave and doing call-ins and stuff, it doesn't even matter.
next week.
We can
Starting
still do
next
calls.
week.
We can
Just
still do
just
calls.
like,
We can
I
still
just
do a
want you to, like,
fan call in.
I just want you to like acknowledge me and be like, yo, everything that comes out of Larry's mouth is so fucking important that Captain Dave talking about not being able to like do
That's
the
on me. That's on
call-ins,
me.
That like, yeah, like
That's
just,
on me,
like,
Larry.
It's like at one point during commentary,
I don't know why I did that. I'm so sorry.
weekend, you're still interrupting. You're still interrupting me. At one point during commentary, I know I don't have a microphone. I'm not y'all. So my voice lags a little bit, but just like, please just shut up and let me fucking talk, please. Please just shut up.
Okay.
At one point during commentary this weekend, you're going to love this. So shut the fuck up. At one point during commentary this weekend, the guy who was doing commentary with me, it was almost like he like tried to challenge me and talk over me. And bro, I implore everyone to listen to me. Shut this motherfucker down. Captain York, I love you, bro. But what I'm saying is very fucking important, or I wouldn't be talking. What Captain Dave is saying about not being able to do the motherfucking call-in,
It was my fault.
it's a moot point because
fault.
I'm not even picking up my godson tonight.
I'm so sorry. Larry, I am so sorry. I don't know what got
Don't
into me.
be sorry, just don't do it.
He's rude. He's rude.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it.
Okay, I apologize. I apologize officially.
I
Don't be
know
sorry. He
everybody
said,
loves
"Don't be
to see me
sorry,
go
just don't
off.
do it."
I know that
Don't
it's the highlight of
apologize.
the show, but like, guys, I don't have to do it. I do not have to do this shit.
Oh, okay.
So shut the fuck up and let me talk. Proceed, Patrick, with whatever you want to do.
I was just so excited to.
Jesus, bro. Fuck.
No, you're right. You know what, Larry? You're absolutely right. And
Dude, I'm always fucking right. I'm always fucking right. When we christened you the Blvd Bullies with that motherfucker Zach Linder banging the wall, I was right. That's why I'm here. So shut the fuck up and let me talk.
So
Dude,
yeah,
go.
starting
I don't
next
care.
week.
Talk about whatever. Go.
Starting next week, we're gonna do
Talk about
call-ins.
the
I just want to get back.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
Let me just get
Still
back.
do
You're
the
so
clues, dude.
fucking stressed, doing so fucking much. You're talking about Captain fucking Dave. Jesus. God, Pat. Boots on the ground. Brian, what was it like watching the fucking shows this weekend? I was fucking there.
I know. I want to know. I couldn't even watch
No,
the show.
you don't. No,
I didn't.
you fucking don't. You
I
want
was
to fucking
enthralled.
jerk off and talk about Joe Beisler?
I was
Yo,
enthralled.
there were so many people who came up to me
I
at the
was
fucking
enthralled,
show
Larry.
talking about this show, but I can't talk about it because Pat wants to talk about Captain fucking Dave.
Patrick had to pontificate. I was enthralled with what you were saying, Larry.
I was too. I'm so sorry, Larry. I forgot
Dude,
about.
don't be sorry, just don't do it.
Again, you keep apologizing, Patrick.
What do I have to do?
Dude, that word makes it worse.
You're making it worse, dude.
Just
Just
fucking
move.
acknowledge
Just go.
who
Larry.
the fuck is in front of you right now.
Larry,
Shit.
I have his face in my house.
Larry.
You want to pause the fucking shit to talk about some shit? Nobody gives a fuck.
I was just trying
I'm
to
talking.
talk about. No, you're
I'm
right.
talking.
He was telling us very important
Dave,
information.
It was
if
bad.
he was in
It was
front of
bad
my
hosting.
fucking face, would not interrupt me.
It was bad hosting, Larry. It was very, very,
Yeah,
very
it
bad.
was.
It was extremely bad hosting by me. Probably my greatest, digression,
Let's
except
move
for
on.
when I
Come on,
almost
let's move
died.
on. I'm not.
You
I'm
have
not
to. You have to move on,
Shit.
Patrick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Move
Do
on.
whatever you want. I don't care.
Fix the
What do
host.
I have to do to
I
get
don't care.
the?
I
To,
don't have time. I don't have time to message the group. There's no godson tonight. He's celebrating his brother's 7th birthday.
See,
His dad is in town.
Okay.
I'm here for the duration.
Thank you
I
so
had.
much.
I
That's
always have
great
faith
news.
in Larry.
That's great news.
I always have faith in Larry.
That's great news. What do I have to do to get the energy back on your story and your direct flight and take it
You
from there?
woke me up.
Dude,
I was a little.
I will say,
I was a little mellow, but you got me into it, bro. Like
I
like,
will
So
say,
take it away. The
I
floor.
thought- bro.
Can
I
I
thought
say
when you
something?
were interrupting me, you were gonna say like, "We've just learned that Brandon and Casey Kirk have been killed," or some shit. Dude, I'm like, okay, what? Captain Dave, the call-in, doing it at 8:30. I'm not even leaving. I'm not even leaving.
I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not leaving.
I'm so sorry.
Can I say something?
I don't even know what I was talking about.
We
I say
just
something?
want to know
What I
about
was
the
talking
show. We just want to know about the show and your
It was
flight.
great.
No,
Pat.
no,
It was
please,
great.
please, Larry, please.
Anything that I'm a part of, including this motherfucking podcast, is fucking great.
Facts.
God damn it.
So you got on the flight. It was direct from Baltimore to the.
It was correct. I picked up Sakura. I went to the hotel. I arranged for someone to pick up Masada and fucking Kruger. I coordinated. I'm a coordinator, not just an announcer. I helped these motherfuckers drag the fucking shit along. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm fucking tired.
And then what happened? Where did you
But
stay?
yes, it was direct flight. It was great. Sakura. It's kind of ironic because my last no holds barred show. Oh, here's a tidbit. my last no holds barred show in HP40, DeMonto and John Wayne Murdoch, for that matter, DeMonto and John Wayne Murdoch, for that matter, like finessed me. They like finessed me into not driving my black ass right back to Baltimore, but driving Sakura like 25 minutes from that venue back to the hotel because they had nobody that was willing to drive the international Japanese deathmatch superstar from the venue to the hotel. And Murdoch was like, "Oh, Larry, it might be my last time, because me and Danny, we can't really come to agreements with price. So it might be my last time. Hang out with me, Larry." And I looked in that Leo's eyes. I looked in John Wayne Murdoch's eyes, and I was like, "I've always liked you. I'll come back to the hotel." But hindsight 2020, it was just to drive Sakura back there because they didn't have nobody to drive them. So the irony is, now I work for IWA Deep South. They're paying me a lot fucking more than DeMonto ever did, except for on the sales. So yeah, I'll take Sakura to the fucking hotel. I'll courier his ass.
Well, the sales didn't even have anything to do with Danny. That's because people liked you, and he just allowed fuck that guy.
Dude, I got fucking stories to tell. I got fucking stories to tell.
Yeah, shut up, Patrick.
So fucking let me tell them.
So what happened the day of the show? Did you eat anything?
Can I say something? Can I say something? God damn it. I just want to say that the amount of plunder that was I saw, the only thing that was able to be seen at the show was the amount of weapons that were created for this Carnage Cup. And they go fucking harder than
let me
any
say
company,
something to
dude.
you, Brian. Let me say something to you. Because I've been riding Pat's ass like we're fucking.
You ride my ass every week, lad.
All right, well, let me ride your ass for a second.
I like it.
I would say at its peak, there were about 45, to be generous, 50 fans at the Carnage Cup. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you know the legacy of the Carnage Cup and the crowds that they draw? Do you know anything about like Carnage Cup 1, 2, 3? Like, do you know anything about those ones? Have you watched them, or you know anything about them?
I've watched older Carnage Cups.
Okay, and what is the crowd like for Carnage Cups over the years? What is it? Is it a big ass fucking 1,000 people crowd, or is it more like, 33 people, 27 people? What do you say in the past it was?
In the past, there was more. In the past, there was more people.
There was more.
Right.
So would you say this Carnage Cup was a success or a failure?
A success and a failure depends on the promote. Like, that all depends on the promoter. If he didn't make money, then it's a failure.
It doesn't matter how many people come out to see it.
What do you mean?
Right? I'm saying
people buy. A lot of people might have bought the internet. A lot of people might have bought it online to see it. You don't know how many buys.
So you're saying in today's climate, it's changed. It doesn't matter how big you draw it. It matters how much people buy it.
I would say in the end, what matters most is how much money you make. The buys. I mean, if you don't sell tickets, you're losing money. Even if you sell a lot of streams, you're still losing money.
What I'm saying, though, Brian, is like in the past, Carnage Cup has always been kind of like an underground shit. It's kind of always been like a if you know type shit. Not a shit that draws like 1,000 people, 1,500 people. It's like you find out the location and you go to it. So with that said, in the legacy of what Carnage Cup is, do you think that like the draw was successful, like compared to like GCW over there in your Ukrainian Center, 7 over there and wherever the fuck they were? Do you think that the draw for Carnage Cup was a success?
Well, the stream is what's most important.
Compared to CZW, there was way more people at the CZW show. I mean, I didn't even get to.
CZW won the weekend.
Well, the tournament of I'm talking about Tournament of Death. Tournament of Death didn't have Tournament of Death.
Well, I'm talking about this. but okay.
At the stream,
Maybe
I wasn't.
20-minute
The Carnage Cup is harder to tell how big the crowd is because of the open space it is, and they're all like scattered about. It's not. It's like a weird.
Yeah. So in the past,
It's
that's
a weird-
always been what Carnage Cup has looked like to me.
Right.
Kind of, it has always been kind of like scattered about people. No, like
It's a passion
rows,
project. It's a
no,
passion
no, like
project.
rows. Yeah. So
I would say more people buy it on the internet.
That's point. Go ahead.
I would say that's a lot. That's probably a lot of the reason why they try to sell it on the internet, because they probably get more internet sales than they do get people to come to the clan fields.
The Clan
So
Fields.
Brian, do you think that Carnage Cup 14 looked like a success?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, the clips that I saw of the wrestlers working is some of the most insane shit I've seen from the weekend. The weapons that are created from IWA are second to none. The amount is like insane. It's just crazy that what they're doing is different than what you see on GCW and 7. You didn't see what happened at IWA just from the clips.
So what you're
We didn't even
saying
get to
is
see
that
the whole show.
Brian, the
We didn't get to
crowd-
hear Larry. I saw you, Larry, but I didn't get to hear it. But
We will.
from just even the short amount of shit seen from IWA, that was the show of the weekend. And the shit that they did, those people, those workers, talent.
So I tweeted IWA Mid South or Deep South took the weekend. I tweeted that. And as soon as I sent that tweet, I regretted it.
Don't
I
regret.
regretted it.
Why?
You were hot.
Well, I mean, everybody did some shit, and I worked for 7. But I was like,
You were missed.
based on the traction of like clips, I was like, bro, my show took the weekend.
100%.
Multiple people are saying in the chat that Kevin does Carnage Cup for his own personal entertainment. Everything else is a bonus for him. Same thing with our boy who was in the building. The thoughts of a cowboy author, Rhinestone Cowboy. Honestly,
Bro,
Kevin the owner loves deathmatch.
I had such a good time. I had such a good time with him. I had such
The
a good time
fourth bully.
with
The
Icarus.
fourth bully.
And also, let me tell you something. Icarus. So how can I say this and be kind? Icarus, he knows the deal. That's the only way I can say it. He knows the deal. He knows the deal.
He's a real one. He's a real one.
He weaves through like all of the people,
Bobs.
and he works. He's probably exhausted right now too.
Dude, it's too fucking. Dude, the amount of work that is put into the show. I'm just confused, and my only gripe with the whole thing is why try to do it live and not just film it and then put it out? Like, why not just film it as like CCW did? I know people talked shit about how long it took, but why like make people talk? Because people are going to talk shit because it's unwatchable. The stream is the live stream is unwatchable, you know? So it's like, why do that? Is my only question.
I think because Rob. I think because it's Rob.
It has nothing to do with Rob. It's not a Rob production.
I don't know. How many times has Rob streamed something on streamxpw.com? And it's been like, what's
But
doing,
Rob gives the ball to people and has faith in them. If you watch Stoned for Science, I have good internet. There's not one problem with my stream.
Yeah,
on
but you're in a home. You're in a fucking
motherfucker,
gentrified housing complex.
No, fuck off. Suck a dick.
You're in the middle of
If
the
you have
woods
good-
on a fucking
if you
Ku
have-
Klux Klan burial ground
Dude,
with
right,
Larry
so then
wearing his dead
why-
uncle's hat and duster.
if you have good internet, you'll have a good live.
Where are you gonna get
stream.
good
If
internet
you
out in the middle of the
But
fucking
Brian,
woods? The
so
wilderness.
So then why do a live stream, dude?
Ryan.
Well, that's a great question.
Dude, you're asking me. You're telling me like I have good internet. I'm gonna have a good stream. people in the
but you're
forest
not
aren't
the
going to have a
Carnage
good
Cup.
live
You're not
stream.
the
People in
Carnage
the
Cup.
forest usually don't have good live streams. You're correct. You are correct.
Bro,
on that.
even last year, there was.
Brian,
You guys are crazy.
with Tournament of Death 21 out of the
Right.
field, what was
Mhm.
the major feedback about that?
The length that it took to get the stream on the internet. People
So
wanted
guys,
it the day after it happened.
Guys, you already know what it is. We ain't broadcasting from the luxury apartment in Queens.
In
We're
the sky.
broadcasting just like
In the
Pat
sky.
said. We're broadcasting from the
CZW never advertised it as a live stream. CZW had Tournament of Death, and people were angry because they didn't get the footage the next day. They were never told that
Right.
the footage was going to be out the next day.
Well, hey, they tried
This
to live.
show-
It's okay. Ro, it's okay.
Hey!
It's okay.
It's okay.
Bro, hold on. Brian, it's okay. Because
What's
the
okay?
motherfuckers that want to see CZW, they go to it.
Some people can't go, Larry.
Well, then they'll have to wait.
Right. But that's the point. This show was. I don't even understand. What's
Hey,
your point, Larry? What's your
let's
point?
get
People
to
are
the-
mad either way.
Let's get to the thoughts of a cowboy.
Why have a live show
Well,
and not just do what CZW did?
My point is that in this day and age, people have totally forgotten about the legacy of all of this shit. All they want is TikTok. They just want TikTok. They want it right now. They want their tongue. They want to taste that shit. But they have forgotten how, bro, the shit started where if you knew about it, you knew about it.
But that has nothing to do with doing a live stream when you have shitty internet.
Bro,
Why
the
even
only
do
reason
it?
they're doing a live stream is to be in the conversation. The only reason they're doing a live stream is because those guys are doing a live stream. They don't care if the live stream goes off or not. If it doesn't go off, that's good. Because then people are like, I'm going to watch it.
Some people said they're not going to watch it because of how shitty it was.
Like
You think
Pat
it-
with the
you think-
Mets,
so
with the
you
World
think-
Series. Like
Yeah.
Pat with the World fake fans.
Fake fans.
I'm not even gonna fucking watch that shit. Just some comments real quick. Captain Dave says the reason for streaming sucks because of the Wi-Fi not being on. I
Dude,
always have my Wi-Fi on. It always works that way. Of course,
Patrick's
that's
ruining
just
the
my
show.
opinion, but I could be wrong. Larry, do you have any insight into Larry? Do you
I
have any
I have a gripe with people that are blaming Stream XPW
Okay,
and
all
Rob
right,
Black
all right, I don't care.
for the
Of
poor
course
I don't
you
care.
stream.
do.
I don't care about
Of
this.
course
anymore.
you do.
Why are people
course
blaming
you
Rob
do.
Black and Stream XPW? When it's
No.
Of course you do. Anybody
funny.
that's coming for
Okay,
Rob
hey,
Black,
hey.
you got to gripe
Bro.
with.
Hey,
But why are
Let's-
they?
let's get
But why
to,
are because it's Stream XP? It has
Hey.
nothing to do with Rob Black and XPW. It's
Like they
IWA.
didn't come for. Go ahead, Pat.
let's get to the thoughts of a cowboy.
running the stream.
You're
Braun.
you're muted. You're muted now, Brian. You're muted now, Brian. We're getting to the thoughts of a cowboy.
It's Tuesday. It's Blvd Bullies time. Nick Gage is on. MDK all fucking day. That's what's going on. Hey, you like this shirt? Deep in the woods. It's a side shirt. He made it for IWA Deep South Carnage Cup 14. That's right. I heard you can stream this shirt. That's right. You can stream this shirt if you want to. It might be a little choppy because we have internet. No signal in the fucking woods. But let me tell you something. I'm doing this special Thoughts of the Cowboy. See, I'm doing it in a basement. Pretty much where half you retards like to buy the streams and hang out in your grandma's basement. Probably she paid for it with her bingo money, but that's beside the point. Let's get to the subject matter. Boots on the ground. Cowboy was there with Larry Legend It was a wonderful 2 days, a weekend of carnage. Shit it out, all of it. It was a damn spectacle. You had to be there, and that's basically what tournaments are in deathmatch. You gotta fucking be there. Listen, instant gratification is a real deal. It's a real thing. That's why wrestling promotions give you live stream. You remember physical media? You used to love that too, and then you ruined it because you wanted instant gratification. You remember video when it was physical media? You loved it. You collected it and all of that. You talked all this shit when TOD happened for CCW, and it was a goddamn beautiful masterpiece. Yours truly and STF Media, we're busting our ass to edit this damn thing. We're gonna give you something you're gonna look back on and go, that was one fucking hell of a Carnage Cup. You gotta calm the fuck down, people. Smoke a little weed, get drunk, do something, go fuck a night ballerina and cheat on your wife. I don't care what you do, but give it some time. Instant gratification's real, especially when somebody's not paying a bill. We know you paid for it. We're gonna give it to you. And it's gonna kick ass, so fuck off. And Carnage Cup was a wonderful damn time. Little Sicko's a maniac. Everybody's a maniac. Masada did double duty flights and came back and whooped ass and goddamn sassafras. I need to go see some night ballerinas and calm myself down. But you instant gratificators will be wonderful in seconds. Calm the fuck down. Thoughts of a cowboy.
All right, hi guys, we're back. We're back. We had a little bathroom break. We had a little calm down, a little cool down. But Thoughts of a Cowboy, interestingly enough, before even the show took the organic turn towards the discussion that we're having, addressed all of the issues that we were talking about from the past, back to the future. And just for the sake of argument, I just want to let you guys know that I sent the Rhinestone Cowboy a link if he wants to come in and talk about it. But basically says, all you instant gratification fuckers, just wait and something great will happen. Listen, it's not the production people's fault or the internet provider's fault that the promotion advertised a lime stream. You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
Right.
It maybe didn't work out. Is it Rob Black's fault? I don't think so personally.
Or the
However,
platform. It has nothing to do with the streamxpw.com. It's not the platform.
Would it kill you to get a 10,000 foot Ethernet cable? Maybe steal something from the library? Anyway, Larry, what do you think about it?
I think in this day and age, if you want to be in the conversation, you got to be able to keep up with the times. And Brett, don't ever have no problems with streaming. For that matter, Danny, don't ever have no problems streaming. For that matter, Tremont, don't ever have no problems with streaming. But when you go to the streamxpw.com, which is a little bit more mom and pop, if you will, it seems like there's a lot of times where you gotta wait. 7 had a 2. 7 had a 2 with Houston.
I just want to, I'm going to interject here, and I'm not interrupting, I'm interjecting. I just want to say that when Danny and H2O and Brett Lauderdale has these good streams, they have IWTV, their own production teams. IWTV that then when they have their own platform and go to the shows and use their platform and do the shit. When you watch something on Stream XPW that has nothing to do with Rob Black, he's giving them the platform. He's giving them the stream key and not bringing his own production team. He expects he's just giving the stream, the platform to the person that wants to use it. It has nothing to do with him besides the website. And if it runs well, it's on the person who has the stream key. And IWTV and an H2O and ICW uses IWTV that goes to these shows and uses their own shit, and that's why they run well.
Rhinestone Cowboy says, over time our bandwidth kept dropping and it got worse and worse, and we were told to not cut live. And also, you think about it, I'm sure that the very people who are telling them to not cut live are the very people who don't think enough to take the Wi-Fi off their cell phones, while they're in the vicinity of a live streaming production. Put their phones in Do Not Disturb, like little tiny details that might help the cause. I don't envision the Ku Klux Klan burial ground having many of those people who can add a bunch of small details together and make it maybe work a little better.
And I guess, Pat, you saying that, I want to acai moonsol off of it. Pat, Brian, this question is for Pat, not for you.
No.
But Pat, if you were a promoter and you knew that there was a service out there that had
Larry, I could stop you right there and say without even a question, it would not be a live stream. It would be filmed. And you know what? I would hire Icarus. I would hire you. I would hire maybe even a fucking sound guy and a few other people. And I would say, okay, the money that, and what's the money? But the money, let's buy a few less light tube bundles. Let's maybe save whatever money we can by, I don't know, paying for a platform. Maybe we're splitting, maybe we're sharing. We don't need a platform. I would go the 7 route. I would say, hey, this event is happening on this day. Buy live tickets. It's going to be dope. And then I would say tune in to whatever service to watch the full production. Without even a question. It wouldn't even be a second thought in my head to try to stream something from the woods. And, it's less cables for Icarus. It's less cables for everybody to try to stream it. It's less hassle. Everybody can focus on the fucking performance. And everyone can realize that, hey, let's just let it rock. It's live to tape. It's not live. It's live to tape. And I think that would increase, details of the show as well. Production details. So this way, when you're sitting in the fucking middle of the woods and it takes 45 seconds for the guy's fucking music to hit, and by the way, I didn't even watch the show, but you know what I'm saying, or the guy's walking from wherever they say the curtain is, which is 45 feet too far from the ring in this situation. We could polish that out. We could trust Icarus and maybe a team to polish that out and make it like the hard-hitting, aggressive, 180 beats per second heavy metal song that it should be. Instead of a boring live streaming, riddled with fucking issues, snooze fest. So in that regard, 7 has the right idea. Big production, YouTube for free. That's how you make money.
No,
dude.
Motherfucker, you're completely wrong because 7 had a flawless, perfect stream because they now are on sole streaming.
So that's fine too.
Motherfucker, because that.
But I'm just saying, if you don't have those means,
we were talking about using IWTV and other.
If you don't have the means to be 7 or GCW, you don't have $1 billion backer.
Dude, 7's going to go to those clan woods and run in the forest and have a shitty stream too if they try to run live because they're in the fucking forest trying to run a live show with no internet.
All right, well, yeah.
So can I say?
You're absolutely right.
Can I say my piece? Can I say my piece?
Please, Larry. I'm sorry. I got all excited.
I'm kind of in disagreement with you, Pat, and I'm kind of in disagreement with you, Brian. I would look at whoever was the tried and true purveyor of clear streaming for these motherfuckers. And even though I would run the risk, since we were in the woods of McKenzie, Tennessee, I would hitch my wagon to an IWTV, knowing that IWTV just botched Cage of Death or Tournament of Death. And I would get the buys from going with the the corporation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But
As
if you're
opposed to Rob, who is more like a mom and pop, who's more like, I'm just gonna give everybody the login and they do it, and I take a cut, they take a cut. I would go with the guys who are gonna take the bigger cut. And the reason they're taking the bigger cut is they have a proven track record of getting streams out flawlessly. Our streams are not a problem. I would do that. I would go with the
but not
the
from the
IWTV
Bermuda
or the Fight
Triangle.
I completely agree with you, but there's got to be a reason why these people choose to go with Triller TV over an IWTV or go with the mom and pop.
Yeah, but
like
Triller
maybe
ain't running
maybe
in
people
a
don't.
backyard.
Maybe
Triller ain't trying
IWTV
live
doesn't
stream
want to
from a
work
backyard, dude.
with Boris Dookie.
Nah,
Maybe
but
they don't want to go to the clan fields, and they have to go through somebody like Rob Black, who just doesn't care and just wants to give them the streaming key
but that's
give them the ball to run with it.
But it's not about anything other than.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Patrick, but like Dirty Ron, maybe Dirty Ron doesn't want to spend the money to use IWTV to come to his shows.
But
he wants to use a Stream XPW
No.
for
That's two different things. That's two different things.
What is?
Okay, the platform in which your shit is broadcast is different from like the tool that is used to broadcast it. You know what I'm saying?
He's right.
Which is why
Dude, they were running off a hotspot. Brian McKenzie was running off a fucking hotspot that you could go to Best Buy or the Apple Store.
But what does that mean? So
it means
IWTV has way better equipment. They have bought way better shit to broadcast from the woods.
But XPW has used people that are just as good as IWTV and had crystal clear, perfect streams.
I think you're confusing production.
They've done the same exact production style and
it's about
visuals.
The internet connection.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You're arguing with me and telling me that it's the platform.
No, dude, you're
telling me that Stream XPW is worse than IWTV.
No, I'm just saying that
Brian, I'm boots on the ground. I'm
gonna die.
Right?
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
This is what Icarus himself was saying. I'm telling you that the IWTV people that they send out to film Danny's shit or film Tremont shit or film whoever shit, RPW shit, they have sophisticated equipment. And that's what you're buying. That's why VXS was like, we don't want to work with IWTV because even though the quality of our live stream is stellar, they take too much of a cut. They take too much of a cut for that fucking stellar live stream. And I'm saying that as a promoter, I would take a chance on the IWTV people sending a crew down with better equipment than what Icarus and them have to stream to the stores of StreamXPW.com.
Yeah, but like I said, maybe motherfucking IWTV doesn't want to work with Boris Dookie, so that's why Boris Dookie uses motherfucking Rob Black.
We're talking about, if you were in charge of the girls.
Hey, let's get to Larry's favorite part of the show. Brian, care to explain? Break it down for us.
Don't be tight, Brian. Don't be tight.
Making me tight.
Don't be tight.
We give stuff away. You have to comment.
Piece by piece. Break it down.
Do that beatbox.
We give away highly rare and sought after items. So you have to comment on the video, not the live stream. You have to wait for the live stream to end and then comment on the YouTube video. So you can enter for a chance to win the giveaway, which this week is the 8x10 signed with love. Signed with love. You'll also get this.
Fuck the Blvd Bullies.
Productions. And then what happens is Patrick reads
I wore
all
that
the
shirt for day one. I wore that shirt for day one.
This is friend of the show.
Damn
Mike Giuliano.
Look what you made me do.
Look what you made me
Pat is now going to read the comments. I am
He's made me
already
knock
set
over
up.
my
This is the
stack of
biggest
pennies.
giveaway we might have done to date. There are 20 entrants. 20 entrants
comments
to this giveaway. Look at this wheel.
All
Look
right,
at this
we're gonna
wheel.
try to. I
Look
want
at how many
to-
names.
How many views for that video? Did we get a lot of views?
We got a lot of views.
Yeah, we're doing.
Got a
We're
bunch
doing
of
great.
views.
We're doing great.
All right,
stuff.
I'm gonna keep going off then. I'm gonna keep flipping out.
Yeah,
every
I
episode.
mean,
we gotta
How
that's,
about
keep getting
that?
that's
tight.
always the
We
best.
got to
about
keep
that?
making each other tight.
Okay,
And then we'll
so
get some views.
and you know, let's branch a little bit from these comments, but let's also kind of bring it back. Like there are 20, so some we won't branch, some we will. This one I want to branch right away. Nick Pimentel says Art the Clown is all right, but no icon. And Terrifier 3 wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Siding with Larry from last week's discussion. Larry, have you changed your views on Art the Clown in the last week?
You know, Samantha Irvine just announced her departure from WWE. And I sent y'all in the group chat, someone quote tweeting her departure and like talking about her iconic introductions
Oh my God.
that everyone is gonna miss. And this all I'm trying to illustrate. I believe in words. I believe that words have power, and I believe that you can lean on words like love and hate and icon and legend. And I feel like that the generation below me, which I kind of consider you, Brian, to be, y'all are so quick to like, I guess like boost some shit up to like some shit that I actually lived through that I can honestly say I saw become iconic, that I believe that Art the Clown is a prime example of that. That's
I
all
feel
I'm
like
trying
you're
to say.
comparing you're comparing Art the Clown to Samantha Irvine.
Samantha Irvine has given me goosebumps. She's made my dick hard,
Well,
not on no sexual tip, just on the stank that she puts on the intros. But bro, in 1987, Vince McMahon said, "And welcome to WrestleMania 3." Vince is not even an announcer. But now, looking back on that shit, that is an iconic introduction, bro. There is nothing that Samantha Irvine has done in the past year and a half, 2 years, that can be spoken in the breath of icon.
so
And that's exactly what people are doing to art. Is art legendary? Do I love art? Does art make my dick hard? Yes, bro. But time,
Wow.
bro.
I love
Time is what makes you an icon.
I love
Not,
this.
No, the consensus of the majority makes you an icon.
No, but Larry, what you just said, I think gave me chills. Art the Clown is Samantha Irvine. Next comment.
The idea of the consensus of the majority is like how I know I'm old. It's how I know
You don't get to
it's
decide
how I
what's
know
iconic.
I'm
You don't
old.
get to decide what's iconic. It's a group decision.
How dare you, Brian? All right, next comment. Chase Orlock says, I agree with Larry about the younger generation doesn't know shit and don't care about shit. But the Terrifier movies are awesome, and Art the Clown is more
They
like the
are.
Toxic
They
Avenger.
are.
He's Art the Clown's more like the Toxic Avenger, over the top gore comedy horror, not like the Michael Myers in Halloween, who we've all come to love.
And bro, we gotta give time to nurture art. We gotta let art get up there. Don't thrust them up there. Because
You're
you
right.
want to be
He's
like
the
us.
Taylor
Because
Swift
you
of
want
horror.
to have you want to have a Michael of your generation. Let a Michael develop. Michael developed in the iconic, whatever the word is I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you. Lucha Libre says, want to hear about Larry's deep dive south adventure. How was the travel? How did you eat? How did he like or didn't like the craziest interaction? What's your craziest interaction? Will he be back? All right, so Larry, I'm going to break this down. I want to branch. What's the best thing you ate down there, and what's your craziest interaction? Please hurry.
I
Why
actually
you
didn't
rushing?
need any. I didn't eat anything good. I guess the best thing that I ate down there was a burger, a pork loin. I ate some pork loin that they were
Pork loin's not that
serving
good.
on the grounds. Right on the grounds, they had like a grill and shit. And I want to support.
Oh, so it was a
So I went over. I
homemade.
bought a
It was a homemade Carnage Cup
pork sandwich
loin.
with tomato,
Wow.
lettuce,
That sounds good.
and pickles.
Oh my god! So what's your craziest
I ate that-
interaction?
I ate that. The guy who like seemingly had a lobotomy. Dude, it was like me
Brian-
and Masada were talking about it. We were like, yo, that guy seemed like he was just like staring straight ahead. He wore a pig mask for the first match, Masada versus Jamie Richards. He was very strange. Very
Brian-
strange man.
Brian, can you show the Danny DeMonto face and pan it over to the Larry face again?
Why are
Larry,
you
please watch this.
interrupting Larry
Please
again?
watch this.
I was
Please-
literally listening
Please
to what
watch this,
Larry was
Larry.
saying.
Please watch this. This is the best shit. Look at the Danny DeMonto face. And now like, if there is ever a better image of somebody like hating and just wishing and
But do
dying
you realize
and
what I'm saying right
melting.
there? Do you realize what I'm saying right there? I am
He probably
Dude,
paid you
I
to say
work-
you were his best friend.
no. It was on the fly.
Go close.
And all I'm saying is, and now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the man who brought us all together tonight. The man who I go way back with and who made us in the White Eagle. And he was like on me. He like was not like I want the mic right now. Like I'm like, dude, let me suck your dick a little bit. Like he wanted to shoot at Brett so bad that he wouldn't even let me announce him. And that's why he's like, I guess that look on his face is him relishing in what I'm saying about him, but like also like very thirstily grabbing the mic from me to shoot at Brett and be like, yeah, look at me. I don't need you.
Next comment, Tony Norman, shout out, love you, dude. Everyone else is using glass in New Jersey. What's up with that? Who's lying to who? We come for Larry. Great show. That was like a little haiku there. We're not even gonna branch on that, but you're entering.
Why wouldn't we branch on that? You don't want to branch on the glass?
Tony Norman is one of the only owners of a Larry Legend figure.
All right, so okay, let's branch on the glass for just a quick hot second. Have there been any new developments? Oh my God, I'm gassy.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that 7 was in New Jersey and they used glass.
Was it
and
a
they-
lot
it was-
or was it a little?
I mean, I would say that for the whole show, it was minimal glass, but for Drake Younger versus Atticus Koger, it was
Kogar.
full glass.
Larry,
Koger.
you're part of the 7 employee newsletter. Have you heard or have any inside knowledge about the glass usage at SVN while you were at the KKK burial ground?
I mean, I only saw the clips, and I saw a lot of glass being used in Atticus and Drake's match. I saw one bundle used in Tanaka Schlack. But honestly, other than Tanaka Schlack and Drake Addy, I didn't see anything else from 7. I saw a fan attack Ken Dixon on the outside, but I didn't see anything else from 7 besides those 2 match clips.
Brian,
Also, AJ Gray, no call, no show.
Who?
What?
AJ Gray was supposed to be in the match with Ken Dixon and Ninja Mac, and apparently, he just didn't show up.
I hope he's
Maybe
all
it was-
right.
it was a
It was
thing.
just
Maybe-
Ken Dixon versus Ninja Mac. It was a singles match.
Brian, you said in Deathmatch Elite, which I noticed and liked, that Ken Dixon was extremely underrated. I feel like, Larry, you share that same opinion. care to do a quick, hot 45 seconds on Ken Dixon?
Ken Dixon is from the same class as Leo Rush, Patrick Clark, Renee Michelle, and Joe Keys of MCW when they first started to do a school again. Y'all know I come from the MCW school from a long time ago. And then MCW stopped doing a school. And then they were like, we're going to do a school again. And like their opening class was Leo Rush, Velveteen Dream, Ken Dixon, Joe Keys, Renee Michelle. So yeah, I'm a big supporter of Ken Dixon, and I'm glad he's getting some time to shine.
Brian, 10
He
seconds
looks like
on
a
your
wrestler.
Brent,
Dude,
10
the only-
seconds on
He
Ken
looks like
Dixon.
a
Go.
wrestler.
The only time I've ever seen
He looks like a
Dude, the only time I've ever
Huh?
seen Ken Dixon has been from XPW, and it was awesome to see him somewhere else finally. I think that he looks like a fucking wrestler, and what he does is dope as fuck. I like a Ken Dixon match is fun to watch for me.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
enjoyable
I agree.
shit.
Totally. Shout out Ken Dixon. Maybe a future guest on the show. Maybe a future friend of the Bullies.
He's awesome.
Possible.
He's awesome. And
John.
all we need now is for Joe Keys to break through. We got to get
Well,
Joe
let's
Keys up there.
Let's just focus on getting Nick Gage to
And
show
Ryo.
up to the
Ryo.
show
I
next
think
week.
Ryo, if you know Ryo, the Peruvian warrior,
And
Ryo.
also, by the way, if you're a wrestler, like a wrestler, I don't even remember their name. I'll prepare after we conquer Nick Gage. But after we announced Nick Gage, some wrestler from somewhere messaged us on Instagram. It was like, hey, how do I book myself to be on Blvd Bullies? And I could have probably said like $50 or something or whatever. And I said, hey, you know what? Actually, you just did it. You just did it. So like that's
So you
kind
booked
of the
you
vibe.
booked your second guest. You've booked your second guest.
Yeah, which is just the first guy who messaged us.
Who is he?
I don't know. I'll tell you next week.
I just want to say what the conspiracy of the glass and the whole problem with like there being a whole thing about there even being usage of glass is that XBW, X Brand
It's
Wrestling,
BW. The ones
was
whose logo
told-
is just like two 90-degree angles away from being a swastika.
right? It looks like a swastika. It does. But I have no problem pointing that
They
out
know their audience.
and telling them.
Yeah, they sure do. All right, more comments. Joe
Whatever,
says, had to comment off the personal account so I didn't get canceled. Is that the kind of heat we have right now? I mean, it's all
People don't. It's unimaginable the heat that I have. That I can't even
You're
speak
a little shit. You are an absolute piece of shit on
because
the
I have an
boards.
opinion.
created
Because I
him.
speak my
You
mind.
created him, Pat. He said, "Dad, I learned this from watching you."
I learned this from you.
You're
You
all,
did.
I watched
you're all
That's
you.
your
fucked,
kid.
dude.
He's
Anybody
your
that
kid,
thinks
dude.
that some people shouldn't speak their mind are Nazis.
Listen, so Joe says, it's all love.
Nazis don't like people to speak their minds.
And he goes, Brian and Larry, guys forever. And then 2 days later comments, Pat's great too. So that's two entrants. That's
2 days later.
He wanted to make. Look, and Captain Dave, was that Captain Dave?
No, that was Joe. That was Joe.
Joe, okay.
All right,
Joe
let's keep it moving. We have a lot of comments to go. Larry is
Okay,
not
go ahead,
getting
go
old.
ahead.
He's becoming legendary. I feel like last week, Larry, you said you were getting old, and a fan
Larry's always been legendary.
wants to
so I don't know
comment
if I
that
like
you're
I
that
getting
feel
old.
old. It's hard to even exist anymore.
You're old and tired, and you work with children.
Resident says H2O still has the Tennessee show listed. Last week we were talking about H2O having
Right, I
they're
meant to
doing
say, okay,
maintenance,
so
they're doing stuff.
we make corrections, and I just want to say that H2O had removed Jersey shows, so that's a correction. H2O had moved the Jersey shows, but since then they have announced that the Schlack,
The concrete. Where's the
Tremont,
concrete?
the
gonna be?
concrete, H2O, still happening. still happening. That's why there's a whole schmagegi going on.
Schmagegi.
Everybody's tight because XBW was told that they weren't allowed to do death.
At the H2O
See,
Center.
Brian,
They told
see,
they weren't allowed
Brian,
to
you
do
gotta
blast.
you gotta check your sources,
What's my sources say? Why are you saying that?
because the whole reason that this whole no glass is even being brought up, which seems to be a bunch of bunk, is because the newest promotion, the baby of the whole lot, is the one who's getting leaned on.
So are you saying that XBW are liars?
XBW.
I'm not saying that they're liars. I'm saying that they're being worked.
So you think that somebody is lying? My voice cracked.
Hey, listen.
I think there's
you know what? Listen.
somebody. I think
Sounded
there's
like a
somebody
goose.
is embellishing and being
Yeah.
like, you could get a $10,000 fine.
Yeah,
It
it's
was an
probably
email
Matt
shown,
Tremont,
Larry.
and if Matt Tremont's doing it, I trust whatever his decision making is. And fuck XBW, and let's watch this fucking cinder block
This may
match.
be
and
a
let's move
case
on
of
with
a
our
dirty
lives.
Ron. It might be a dirty Ron COVID test situation. A fake COVID test situation.
Next comment,
Larry.
Sam Meek says, "Let's fucking go, boys! Best content on the internet, best podcast on the interwebs, 3 of the best to be on the MFing scene." Thank you, Sam. We love you. We live for
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Smoke Hogan says, "When's the Larry versus Brian in the Chains match?" Care to comment?
I come for Larry. I don't know why they would ever people think that they would want to fight Larry because we argue. Everybody argues.
The craziest
I
thing,
argue with my wife every day.
The craziest thing, and
I
I've
think
been watching Larry.
because we're so passionate. You know, we're both fire signs, so a lot of the times when we get passionate, people think, "Oh, they're about to fight." It's like
The
my kitties. My kitties will like be playing with each other, and I think that they're fighting, but they're I'm not gonna hurt you.
It's how we
You're not gonna hurt
communicate.
me.
It's how we communicate.
Gastrointestinal hemorrhage says H2O. I just want to say that the most physical I've ever seen Larry get is with Joseph Gacy. When Joseph Gacy was, like, I guess, trying to prove a point. He was trying to be a revolutionary. He was trying to be a spooky NWO type of entity. And he ripped Larry's tuxedo off, put him bareback through a barbed wire board. Larry, scale of 1 to 10. How much did that hurt? How much did that meet your expectations of pain?
Well, I did it because Sammy Callahan was the booker of CZW at the time.
Yeah, but you did it for Joe. You didn't do it for Sam.
Well, hold on. Can I finish? I also did it because I believed in Joe. Like, I was like, if there's anybody that I believe in to touch me, which would have been the first time that I'd ever been touched in CZW to like get a pop or something, I was like, I've been with Joe since I first came. He was one of the first guys I announced. So yeah, if this is gonna be the type of adjacent racist shit that'll get him a good look, I'll do it. I'll bear back for him. So 2 things. It was Joe and wanting to like make sure that all eyes were on him doing some shit and taking care of me. He didn't fuck me up. He took care of me. And also because Sammy's smart. You know, that's why DJ was letting him book CZW at the time. So Sammy and Joe,
Much
were the
to the
reason I did
chagrin
that
of
shit.
Swerve Strickland.
Was it?
I feel like it was
Why?
because I feel like Swerve, like when he won the title, like gathered all the men, gathered the Hokays of the world, and goes like, "Yo, we're the franchise. We're the what's his faction now? We're the embassy. We're the moguls.
The embassy, the
I
conglomerate.
feel like he had that vision
conglomerate.
then, and it was like Sammy was like, "Nah, it's gonna be something
Yeah.
else."
Yeah, I guess I can see that. You were a little closer to the book at that time, so I don't even know how that power structure went. But I know Sammy was the one who was like, "Yo, do you want to do something at Leo's last show?" And that's how he hooked me.
Oh, and
He
Leo,
was like, "Do you wanna do
at those times was so
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you don't remember, I went out there to announce Leo's last match.
Leo
that's when
was
Joe
like
interrupted
the
me,
best. He was so good.
Yes.
And you know
yes,
the story of those years for CZW 2017 to 19 is kind of like they had it all right in the palm of their hand. You know, and even when Max left, even when Joey freaked out, even when all this shit, they still had Mans. And they failed to do.
It was a good little tie. It was a good little
era. And they failed to do with Mans.
It's really the Boulevard Bullies era. But Pat, stay on target. Get more comments. Come on,
more comments. John Richter
Jesus
says,
Christ.
Also, to me, Art the Clown is more like Jacob Fatu and Leatherface than he is like The Undertaker. Jacob earning his skill on the indies and then boom, WWE. I thoroughly love the horror movie talk, though. I mean, that's not a bad...
That is not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I respect that take. Like, the shit was laid. The shit was laid. And Art just fucking, like, ran all the shit.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, it's almost like the top guy in a time that's barren. Like, we don't have anybody really to look to other than Art at this point.
Yeah.
And
I feel that too.
Art is kind of like a Daniel Bryan story. Like, the first two movies were, like, crowdfunded. And now they outsold the Joker, too, which is like $1 billion piece of shit sequel. So it is kind of like a Daniel Bryan success story in its own way.
Yes.
And even though, like, you know, the contrarian in us is like, who the fuck is Art? Fuck this guy. However, are we going to root for the Mets in the World Series? Are we going to root for the wrestlers we want, or are we going to watch WrestleMania?
Okay, Pat.
You feel me?
Touche.
Oh, we're branching. We have like fucking 40 comments to go. All right.
Go. More comments.
John Richter says, thank you for the kind words. I love you guys. Metalman8624 says, sick intro. Larry, I feel like every single week you go on your personal YouTube account and comment about how much you love the new intro.
Dude,
shout out Slug Christ.
Dude, I can't.
If you're deeply depressed, sorry, Larry.
No,
I just want to say, if you're deeply depressed and you like good music, go listen to new Slug Christ.
Yo, did Slug Christ burn his own hand just to feel a little something?
The whole shit that Slug Christ is on is the dopest shit. And if you don't know who Slug Christ is, he's an artist.
Full
so
circle,
go look at Slug Christ.
360-degree artist.
Slug Christ is... I want to have Slug Christ as a guest on this show.
Dude, my favorite theme...
He's a big wrestling fan. I don't know if you know, but he is actually a wrestling fan.
My favorite theme out there, and Pat, I know you're going to crucify me for this.
I'm going to fucking murder you.
Well, then I'm not going to say it, but you know what my favorite theme is, and what I mean by that, it's like when I'm in I hear it pumps me up for the intro.
You're an asshole. You're a piece of shit. Anyway, shout out Slug Christ. And, you know, shout out to the movie Me and You and Everyone We Know, which is a very small, weird, indie, quirky movie. And one of the characters in that movie puts his hand in fire. And then he burns his hand so badly. And they go, why did you do it? And he goes, you know, it's just because I want to feel a something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in certain cultures,
dude, self-immolation. God. He touched God.
Self-immolation is a form of religion.
Did you ever...
And all those type of things.
Slug
So
Christ.
shout out Slug Christ. Shout out the movie Me and You and Everyone We Know. If you have watched it, you're now my best friend. If you haven't, well, you should. Another comment says, Larry effing legend. Monkey Man says, the intro was badass. Wesley Easter says, listening to this on my way, on my work break, eating KFC chicken sandwich. Very quickly, Larry, what's the best fast food chicken sandwich for you?
Ooh.
I don't eat chicken sandwiches.
Ooh.
Brian, what's your favorite fast food
Dude, I just
chicken
had for the
sandwich?
first time ever was a Jollibee fried chicken sandwich and also fried chicken. I don't know if you've ever had have you ever heard of a Jollibee?
I don't know what that is.
Dude, Jollibee, it's what is it?
So Brian
where is
says
it?
Jollibee. I'm going to go with
Yeah.
the either A1, 1A, number 6 from Wendy's, spicy chicken sandwich. Or I'm going to go with the 1B, just a classic McChicken.
No.
You know, and everybody,
get-
there was a time when
Jollibee
everyone
is
was on this-
Filipino. It's
they were-
Filipino cuisine, dude. You don't even know what you're missing.
I
Filipino
I
fast
ate the
food.
double down. I ate the double down.
Oh, where
on
the
day
bread
that
is
came out,
chicken?
420.
with the bread
Double
is the chicken.
down on 420. I ate it.
On Jollibee, you ate 420 Jollibee?
No, it's the
No,
KFC.
the double down. The KFC double down.
Oh, that's what the
where
chicken
the
sandwich.
bread is chicken.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I've had
Oh
that.
my God, we're never gonna get through these
Not
comments.
as good as Jollibee.
Axel Nose says, I can't hate on Joe Koff for not recognizing Larry. It happened to me too. I saw you at the Broken, Beaten, and Scarred. I saw you outside of the venue in civilian clothes, and I thought you were just a random fan. Then the show started, and it hit me. I was just like casually chilling, standing next to Larry Legend outside before the show even started.
Victor understands.
Next comment. Sup. Oh no, it's wait, hold on. It's Slurp. Says Joe Koff is dead. Which was the intro to my last show, to our last show. Sabu
I can't
Pose.
believe Joe Cobb is dead.
Hey, shout out Joe Koff. What a legend. And we've
I
honored
can't
him.
believe he was so cool. I could not believe you got that much out of him, Pat. Like, I cannot believe you got him to stop and fucking like talk to you.
That's
bro.
what
I
the
was
Boulevard
like,
Bullies
you see,
do, dude.
You see me in the back, be like, what the fuck is going on? Joe's talking to Pat.
Bro, the
I couldn't
Boulevard
believe
Bullies
it,
get
dude.
the people to talk. We get
And
the
Dude, it was so
motherfuckers
fake.
to
Final
interact
comment.
with us.
The final comment from Horror, Pain, Death, Gore, Death says, still need to see The Substance and Terrifier 3. No modern horror matches the 70s - early 90s when it comes to horror. Larry nailed it with the levels for everything, though. So, Larry, once again, everybody is siding with you over both me and Brian. You constantly come on the show and say that you are the star of the show, and every single week the comments back that up, and I just want to personally apologize to you.
You
It's
should stop
okay. I
apologizing,
love you.
Patrick.
You're my kid.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
my kid. You're my kid.
Sounds like a bitch.
I
So
love
we
you.
just got through all of the comments. Brian, who's gonna win the Boulevard Bullies fucking fuck the Boulevard Bullies 8x10 thing?
Here we go, guys. We're spinning. Wesley Easter.
Wesley Easter. Oh my God! In a time where we have more comments than ever
That
before.
was a huge giveaway, dude. There was a lot of people in that. That was a rare win for you, Wesley. I mean, Wesley has won before. He's won.
That's what I
Wesley
hate about
Easter
it. That's what I
comments
hate about it.
every. What? He comments every week and deserves to win if he comments. The more you comment, the more you win, motherfucker. That's the way this show goes. Wesley Easter, I will send this to you. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not the next
Shout out
day.
Wesley.
Maybe not the next day, but eventually.
And just shout out to those who won the Vince McMahon extra large T-shirt. I still
you
have
send it
not
yet?
sent that out. No, I have it.
Jesus fucking
And
Christ.
also, somebody from like Europe bought
I sent you
all
the
three
address.
Legends of Death prints, and I'm yet to send those out as well. But I
I
promise
show
you I will.
Did you send my brother's shirt out?
Oh, your brother's shirt is on the way, Larry.
Brother. Can I show this week's giveaway?
Let's talk about this week's giveaway.
This week's giveaway is the highly anticipated bailing giveaway of.
Oh my God, there's no way he's not going to bail next week.
He's booked.
Well, and Brian,
man
did you
is
see?
booked.
Did you see? You started.
All we have is his word. All we have is his word that he'll show. And as a man, that's all you are is as good as your word.
Your balls
and
and
he
your
said
word.
he'd be here. Look at this. You get the signed ICW 8x10. He'll be here, the man,
Well,
the king of God.
can we pull the curtain back for a minute, Brian?
We'll pull the curtain all the way back. This is Blvd Bullies, baby.
So, Brian, you, as you often do, went completely off the reservation and booked Nick Gage for the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Finish what you're saying.
So
Was that what you were gonna say?
So all of a sudden, the first that I'm hearing about this interview is that now all of a sudden a group chat is started between me, you, and Nicholas. And we're talking about the show. And Brian, you used the white Chicago Bulls jersey as the initial thumbnail for the show announcement.
Correct.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, you're on. You're on.
You're here. Is the sound on, Ron Stone?
It's on now.
Oh, I hear you.
What's up?
I knew it. Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yep. I was listening to the show and I figured I would call in, I guess.
Please.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, Larry, I love you. I love you. I really do. I appreciate you calling me a real one. I do. I do.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
Rhinestone.
I know
Go ahead, Rhinestone.
we got the equipment to do what we got to do, but when you got about 6 teams and they got to go 6 fucking different directions, mistakes happen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And when you got
Okay.
a guy that's living in a trailer named Fester, and that's the only goddamn internet you got, sometimes some shit happens,
I
Brian.
know.
It ain't Rob Black's fault. It ain't nobody's fault. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? We fucked up. Shit happens.
Sean wasn't there.
You can't even.
Yeah.
You can't even. It's
Was
not
Sean
even you to
there?
blame. I've
Bro,
seen
bro, tell me
impeccable
that.
streams
Oh
from
my
you,
God.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, but
bro,
honestly,
impeccable streams.
Listen,
Impeccable streams.
Sean is major key,
Hey, shit happens.
and he was not there. I saw him.
yeah, but how many
FaceTime.
like little
I saw him
Verizon
FaceTiming.
boxes would you need as hotspots to like make it go right? Like how
I'll
many?
Dude,
tell
you need for a live. It's hard to live
You
stream,
would
dude.
need to wheel a
It's-
server into the building.
I'll tell you right. If we had a big ass Ethernet cord and there weren't cockroaches in the fucking router, we probably could have done it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
It is. We did it last year and the shit was flawless. All I'm saying
It
is,
was.
Flawless
it was-
last year.
It was not
Flawless.
flawless.
Yeah,
Not
flawless.
flawless.
It was
way
shocking.
better.
Year,
Better.
last year.
Last year, I watched last year on Stream XPW. It's definitely better, but there was even the last spot of the final match was not in the live stream.
Either
of last
way,
year.
either way,
Just
you
saying.
fucking. Either way you
Just
spread
saying.
the peanut butter, it really don't fucking matter. It's a goddamn experience. Carnage Cup is the fucking shit. Every
Dude.
fucking the 2 years I've been there, they've done the craziest shit I've ever seen. That little sicko motherfucker,
Hands down,
his
bro.
shit is exactly what he calls himself. Little fucking sicko. He's a nutcase. This dude dislocates his arm, pops it back in, climbs up a fucking roof, and just dives off reckless abandon. And you got to see the shit.
He's going to Japan.
It's about fucking time. I mean,
So
he deserves it, really.
so are you the one who is tasked with now turning the failed live stream into a successful post-production. Are you
We're
the one
trying-
editing, and are you?
It's a
are
team.
You, do you have
It's a
that? Do you have
team.
the Larry audio?
It's all hands on deck. We ain't got no fucking sleep. I mean, we're all 3 of us, 4 of us are doing it, and we're trying to get it out as fast as like we can.
So what do you
know
have? Do you have what 3 cameras? You have a hard cam and 2 ringside,
Yeah.
and maybe
Tyler
one
Gregg.
audio track that's terrible.
When you were out there and you're trying to do one of the cameras and patch it in wireless, it makes the bandwidth drop. So when you have a hard cam and you got another ringside cam, when you plug that in, the bandwidth will fucking drop. So you're just stuck. Either you cut the stream and everybody bitches, or you just run it and everybody bitches regardless.
If they had cut the stream, would Larry and whoever was his commentary partner they would have had to redo all of commentary as well, correct?
It would have had to start back
if you continued running a live stream to record a lot of those announcements
that's a great point. Right.
and commentary.
Yeah, everything has to start back to square one. So
that's a good reason to continue a shitty stream.
Right. So even if
people are tight,
even if
you got to keep the audio.
Even if your
You got to keep the audio.
If your OBS meters are dying, and it's showing like 5,000 frames dropped, you really have to keep it running just so that you have now the Larry audio and all the other footage that the system and the internet can't handle, because at the very least it's like, okay, now we're just going to edit it post.
Yeah, you gotta keep the audio flowing. If everybody was to shut that live
gun
down,
at your face, Rhinestone. Be careful with that. Jesus.
yeah,
Christ.
it's my bong. It's a
Oh, it's a
shotgun
bong. I thought that was a gun.
Wow.
It's a bong.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Terribly dark. Very dark.
I thought you were getting ready. And look, you're getting ready to fight.
Hey,
you have a
it's
gun
been a
to
very
make it
stressful fucking
Jesus
weekend,
Christ.
goddammit. It's been a stressful weekend. I'm pulling a Kurt Cobain, goddammit.
No,
I don't
well,
give
it's
a
a
fuck
Kurt
anymore.
Cobain we can all pull
Kurt
right
Cobain
now.
exclusive. Everybody tune in.
Use his toes.
But yeah, the shit is what it is. You know what I mean? I mean, either way, Larry was running around. He was doing his fucking thing. Everybody was doing his thing. Shit went off flawless. Everything worked out. It was crazy shit.
Dude, it looked it just from clips, it definitely looked like the event of the whole entire weekend.
Sakuda is a sick motherfucker. And Larry,
Dude.
I gotta commend you for dealing with York Terry saying fucking Sakuda's name wrong for the whole fucking match. The whole match.
But bro,
it was the main event.
Did I ever correct him? Did I ever correct him?
No, you're doing your thing and just carrying on. He's fucking Cicada. Cicada.
No, he was calling him Sakura. He was calling him Sakura.
Sakura and then Cicada. He said Cicada about 15 times.
Jesus Christ. Well, I will also say that the commentary during 7 was way less enjoyable without Larry present. And the comment.
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee it was.
It was a
Yeah,
level
Larry
down.
gets to a
a
place
level
that
down.
few can
Level
get
down.
to. Larry gets to a demonic, very sexy, very evil.
Larry is the show, dude. Larry is the show. You don't understand.
I mean, look, if you're gonna go by the moniker legend, you better bring it. You better
Facts.
bring it. You
So
better bring it.
Rhinestone
Even if it's for
Cowboy,
the-
we're as the thankless.
Yeah, I got kids and shit. I don't give a fuck. I
Do
am
they hit the
real,
bong?
and
Yeah,
I
they don't hit the
care.
bong yet. They don't hit the bong
You
yet.
get what
No.
you get with me. You get what you get with me. My kids are gonna run.
Hey, bring your kids in here.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
You have
A
so
whole
many kids.
circus
How many
of kids.
kids? There's so many kids, dude.
Hey, I'm
You
a
have kids
fucking
like Larry has
stud.
cats.
I'm a stud. I'm a stud. I got a bunch of.
Oh my
I got
God,
dogs.
They're all
I got kids.
jumping. He's got a
call
whole
him
thing
Hot
going on.
Rod. Hot Rod. Okay.
Fucking
He's nuts.
Space Cowboy,
nuts.
goddammit. Space
He
Cowboy.
nuts.
I don't give a
Wow,
shit.
how many kids? Jesus Christ! It's like
So
8 kids
I
running
see it in the comments. People are saying, when is this going to be released? We're hoping in 3-4 days, maybe, roughly. We don't know.
So
we
by
gotta
next
fucking-
week. By next
Friday.
week.
Friday.
Fuck yeah.
Friday.
We're
By
gonna
next
do-
Yeah.
week, you impatient
chill,
pussies.
chill, and trust the Rhinestone Cowboy. And by the way,
Just
if you
relax.
need somebody to punch
I'm
in,
letting you see my fucking kids. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna get the damn thing done. I don't goddamn care.
Hey, if you need somebody to punch in over Troy, just let me know. Like, you can send me a whole script. I'll punch in audio over Troy the whole time.
Do it. It might need it sometimes. I mean, Captain was on his shit, but he's a legend. You gotta let him rip. You can't fucking cut him off. You can't cut him off, Patrick.
This guy's got like 40 kids.
They just appeared out of nowhere. They just fucking appeared out of nowhere, dude. They fucking materialized, and now there's kids.
Hi, baby.
This one's just playing video games, dude. What's he playing?
He's playing Wobbly Life or some
What
fucking
the fuck
shit.
is that, bro? Wobbly Life?
It's like a claymation game where you grab shit and fling it like fucking in New Mexico and shit.
That sounds fucking lit.
And then my other kid right there, Wyatt, the one that just got pushed on his ass, he's into that skibbity toilet crap. He's got brain rot.
Skibbity toilet?
He's got brain rot. We're all fucked.
I never heard of skibbity toilet, dude.
You don't need to know it. My kid's got brain rot. It's all good.
He just gives them the Roblox codes, and everything's cool.
Oh my god, kids love Roblox.
Well, I mean, you gotta kick your brat ass kid off the computer. Get to editing.
What was your favorite match of the night, Icarus, of the Carnage Cup?
Honestly, I gotta say, everything Mickey Pretty did, that she did that night was fucking, for the weekend, she was flawless. She was in the Shit It Out event. She did everything. She got wasted with Redneck Rebel and Mac 10, and they were just drunk off their ass, just stumbling everywhere. It was fucking lovely. She was throwing her fucking twat in the air. It was good stuff. Good stuff.
They got drunk during the match.
Yeah.
Of moonshine.
Yeah. They were on that sauce, that old school whiskey, whatever, moonshine.
That Larry Flint. They were on
that potato juice.
Do you want to share any beautiful moments with Larry Legend, our co-host, that inspired you this weekend?
Just being around Larry's inspiring. I mean, you got he's.
We dabbed.
I asked him a serious question. Now, what's it take to get murdered for it to be called an assassination? How do you got to be murdered?
How famous do you have to be?
Yeah.
No, Icarus. I think what we said.
If someone shoots me with a sniper rifle, I've been assassinated.
I think that an assassination involves a plot. It involves a plot. An assassination involves a plot.
That's what we were thinking, but there's also assassination style when you got to kneel. When you got to kneel down, that's assassination style. So it's a fucking weird ass concept.
No, because you could be assassinated if you're in a car and you're just driving and someone had a plan and they like sniped you from far away. You're still assassinated.
Well, it's got to be murder 1. It can't be murder 2.
There has to be a plan before the murder to you completing it for it to be an assassination, no?
All right, listen, Icarus, you got to get, like, what are you doing? Why aren't you editing? You got to be pulling selects at least tonight.
I'm doing it as we speak. I mean, I'm doing multitasking right now. I'm doing day 1. Sean's doing day 2. Fucking other guys doing fucking Shit It Out event. It's all over the damn place.
Sean, our former member, is assistant editing for you?
No, he was holding ringside camera for House of Glory.
He was holding a camera.
Yeah.
Dude, listen. I'm not gonna lie. I talked to Sean.
I saw a thing about not holding grudges. I saw a thing about not holding grudges, and I was going to text Sean, but then I didn't.
When he posted some profound Facebook shit?
I still talk to him, and he was telling me about that, and I was like, "Do you want to do that? I was like, do you want to hold the camera for Amazing Red?"
Well, he's no good as a wrestler.
If he's holding a camera, he can't go into business for himself.
House of Glory's always got good shit going on.
Dude, House of Glory kills it with every fucking show. No death match. Not one death match, even in a smelling distance.
Well, I don't think Queens can run a death.
No, New York doesn't run any death match, which is interesting because of this GCW Hammerstein, the Hammerstein show where they're going to rewrite history. They're gonna rewrite the history
Oh boy, what a
of the
transition.
GCW
I saw
without
you.
death
I-
matches.
I saw you starting shit already. I saw you starting shit. It was good stuff.
Hey,
It's not just me. It's not
Icarus,
just me.
you're a production guy. You gotta love and cherish
Dude,
and
the promo is
probably
dude,
admire
they've
the
always put out
promo
good
that
shit.
they made for the GCW
Oh.
people versus.
Oh, that's yeah. I mean, their promo style is always good. The shit they put out, like the hype videos, they're always spotless on that shit.
Yeah,
Half the
and
time,
that-
I'm
and that
looking
was
up
a
the
great-
music they're using.
Daddy, look at me.
Let's look.
What?
What,
Pay
what are you
attention to your
doing?
child,
What are you
Icarus.
doing over there?
Yeah, throw him. Throw him.
You got to walk
Daddy, look at
Dracula
me.
through thing.
All right, bye.
Yeah, I need to show
Love you.
Bye.
Thank you, Icarus.
Bye.
Thank you, Icarus. The Rhinestone Cowboy. My favorite part of the show.
Oh wait. Oh,
Icarus.
he's still around. He's still around. Hold on. What's he doing? What's he doing? Just leave.
I don't know if he knows
Oh,
how.
He's gotta
yeah.
leave, dude.
He doesn't know how. I heard him moan.
Should I don't want to like. Yeah, maybe I'll just remove him.
Just boot it. Just
Boot
boot
it.
it. I got kids and shit.
Yeah, he has like 5 fucking kids
Edric,
running
what are you,
around his
slack?
town, dude.
Just hang up.
Yeah.
You hang up. Just fucking hang up, dude.
Yeah, Slack is not great at it either. There you go.
Christ.
Dude, he had a lot of kids. They just kept coming out.
He had like 10 kids.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. And you know what?
I love
Brian?
that guy. I love that guy. My favorite Boulevard Bully.
Yeah, it's your favorite part of the show, the Rhinestone Cowboy, thoughts of a cowboy. Larry's favorite part of the show is the entrances. Say one more time who won the fucking thing.
Wesley Easter won this giveaway. Wesley Easter, thank you. Bull of the Wood.
Those two faces are so crazy, dude.
Dude,
That
it's a
is
great
so
8 by
crazy.
10 Dude, Wesley Easter has a legendary item, dude. Only one here every Tuesday live, 7 p.m. EST, Boulevard Bullies versus the World.
All right, now show
God
the
damn.
giveaway for next week as we close out the show.
It's only 8:54, you fucking shit.
I know. I'm just saying we're winding down.
He's right.
We didn't
He's
talk
right.
about any of the 7 show. The 7 show was
Brian,
actually
don't try.
Well, what
Come on,
I
let's
want to
go.
talk about is what are the odds that Nick Gage is going to show up to the show next week? Because we booked him, we paid him.
I'm gonna say
And 2 weeks ago when we paid him, we had this group chat and he was popping off. He was like all about us. And then I, after last week, sent him a text and said, "Hey, Nick, we just announced you. Everybody's so excited. I can't wait to like talk. Like, let's talk about some questions that you want to field. Like, what do you want to talk about?" No response.
No, and I tried to collaborate with him on the Nick Gage Boulevard Bullies post, and he didn't like it.
He didn't collab with us either.
No.
So he
But-
is.
no,
Answer me
but-
this, Brian. Answer me this: is Nick Gage paid for his appearance?
Yes.
Is Nick
So was
Gage,
Sabu.
Is Nick
Sabu
Gage,
and Nicolas Gage are the only 2 people that have been paid to be on this show.
and Nick Gage has set a precedent. He was paid 3 weeks before his appearance.
So
And
was
then-
Sabu.
and
I
then
hit
the-
up. I said Sabu was hit up just as early as Nicolas Gage was.
I mean, a lot of people think he's going to flake.
Nicolas Gage asked me. He specifically asked me to change the photo
He
inside
cared.
of
He
the
cared
pro.
a lot. He cared a
He
lot.
cared. He cared. He wanted it to be a specific photo.
And he wanted to like, and the interview was like really kind of like a gateway to working together.
Mhm.
If I was to really
He
like
has
go
lots
back
of
and read
things.
those,
He wants to announce a lot of things. Announcements. I think I'm more hopeful and He's a man of his word that he will be here. He said,
Well, and Brian, I thought that
What is that?
Necro Butcher wasn't going to figure out how to work the phone, and he did.
No. Yep.
I thought that Sabu was going to no-call, no-show us, and he came on, and he was great.
Sabu was my favorite interview.
Larry, do you care to weigh in? How should we handle this? What would we do if we were pretending to be professionals?
Wait.
Just wait.
We're going to, next week, Nick Gage booked Blvd Bullies versus the World live, 7 p.m. EST.
Yo,
He's
shout
wrestling.
out Aiden. Aiden turned 7 today. That's my god.
Yo, shout
brother
out.
Aiden.
Shout out.
Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, I think it was a
I
pretty
was
good
gonna say,
show, all things considered.
Nicholas Gage is wrestling Sammy Callahan November 2nd, which has been announced. It's like a some kind of steel match. I don't know if you guys saw that or care.
Steve
I saw
L,
it.
thank
It's
you
an
for
old
being a
school
new
poster.
chatter,
Old
says
school poster.
It looks old. It's like black. It's just black and red, and it's like it looks cool as fuck. Nicholas Gage, he collaborated with that post. He 100% shared and collaborated with the Sammy Callahan match post, but ignored the Blvd Bullies
yeah, that's
versus
true.
the
We
world.
invited him to collab.
He did. He didn't look at it. But I'm still hopeful. The man, the king, the god.
Steve L says,
this
"Can you
shit.
book Dirty Ron?" Well, I don't think Dirty Ron.
He's
is
been
really
on this show. He's been on this show
He
already.
has already been on the show, and since
I'm gonna
then,
say
Brian has ruined his XPW career.
the next he flipped the table. That wasn't my fault. But the next guest after Nicholas Gage is going to be Tommy Trainwreck. We like Tommy Trainwreck, and also, Larry Legend is working with the Death
Billionaire
Wish Cup.
backer.
No, it's the We Love Wrestling, Wrestling, dude, in Chicago.
Backers, Tommy.
Dude,
Oh,
we
that's
didn't talk
right.
about
We're gonna have to
7.
go to that.
Dude,
We're gonna have to go
Otis
to that.
Kogar versus Colby Carino was the match of the night of 7, one night only. Motherfucking Otis
Did Otis
Kogar.
wear the white? Did Otis wear the main event
He
lights?
always dude, he wears the whites, dude, and he comes out. Nobody fucks shit up like Otis Kogar, dude.
Did you see, Larry?
Both
that
both the brothers, dude.
Did you see that Otis said
Great
that Larry
shit.
was missed?
Otis, dude, 100%. Again, on the stream, Nate Webb comes out to Teenage Dirtbag, and all that can be heard is the song and Kevin Gill singing along to the fucking song. And all that I can think about is all I want to hear is Larry Legend.
Otis Kogar in the chat giving prayer hands. Hey, we love you. We live for you. Hey, want to be on the show? Hit us up.
Dude,
come be
there's
on the
a
show,
spot
dude.
where they bring out this chain and Otis wraps it around Colby's neck and he pulls Colby and it looks like Colby might have had his esophagus destroyed. And it was the sickest moment of the night.
I want to see Otis versus Michael Kruger.
Yo, and SVN
dude,
Wrestling in the chat.
he was
saying
at the
Larry was missed.
IWA Deep South Carnage Cup, was he not?
We could. I mean, listen, we could have got maybe a fucking buddy flight with Larry too.
I want to point out that the match that opened the night was Hoodfoot versus Bobby Beverly in a no rope barbed wire, and that did not look like it compared to the no rope barbed wire that Michael Kruger was in himself. So I did not enjoy the Bobby Beverly Hoodfoot, and that's where my comment of please, if we can make hugging normalized to not happen.
Should be a main event like every
hugging
so often.
Should never happen. Hugging should not happen.
Well, I mean, code of honor.
Part of your
code
gimmick.
of honor.
Unless it's part of your character. hugging should not be done in front of an audience
Well, as
during
we
a
finish,
performance. You should be in character. You should be in. It's good versus evil. You're supposed to hate each other and want each other to fucking
Okay,
die.
Brian. As we
It's a
have
death match.
Brian,
You want each other to die. You don't want to hug.
show me how many
But-
beatboxes you've drank.
This one's green, dude.
I'm fucked up.
Larry, SVN, your billion-dollar employer, and Otis Kogar, and all of your peers and all of your friends are in the chat. Do you have something to say to them right now before I toss it to Brian to let him go fully scorched earth?
I wish that I could be three legends. I wish that there could be three Larrys that had Larry's dick and Larry's balls and Larry's asshole that could be like in every region
3 times 3
simultaneously. But Kevin knew, and he booked my flight.
I'm sure he
almost
relished.
a year, guys, almost a year in advance.
I'm sure
to
he
do this
relished.
shit.
I'm sure he relished the chance to not have to keep up with you, Larry.
Dude, I'm going to, again,
Not
I want
Kevin
to
Gill,
say.
Kevin, the IWA Deep South.
Both the Kevins.
Kevin
Both
Gill,
the
Kevin
Kevins,
Gill's been
Larry.
holding it down. Kevin Gill has been holding it down for 7 in Circle 6 way before I came around.
Facts.
So let
Larry,
him
I'm going to
keep
tell
doing
you.
that, and I'll be back. I'll be around.
Larry was at exactly where he was supposed to be this weekend. Without any doubts in any minds, that was the event of the whole entire death match weekend.
Yeah, let's pony up. Let's get Larry over there instead of over here.
I'm gonna do everything. If you book
We're
me,
not New
if you
Jersey.
book me, I'll make your shit lit.
Facts.
7 Wrestling says, dude, there was so much crazy shit that went into pulling that show off. Bobby and Hoodfoot were with me through all of it to make it happen. I can't hate on them for hugging. So they were behind the scenes helping.
I get it.
Brian, does that change your opinion?
It doesn't. It doesn't, because I get why people do it, but no, like, it's a selfish thing to do. When you break character and you hug, it's just selfish. It's selfish.
Well, you don't know.
All you're doing is hugging for yourself.
Maybe
You're hugging
tag
because
team.
you
Brian,
guys
is
There's
know
a
about-
tag team or a thing coming. Maybe there's a thing coming, Brian. Maybe there's a thing
you know
coming.
who, Low Life Louie commented on my post about hugging, and he said that he appreciates the hug and he'll always hug. But
All right,
he's
so
somebody
so be
that's
convinced
part of
then.
his character. It's part of his gimmick to hug and love after his matches. But
Larry,
if it's not part of your gimmick, then you shouldn't be hugging. You should be tight that you lost the match, and you should want to kill the motherfucker that beat you.
it's the code of honor, Larry. How do you feel about after deathmatch hugging? Should it be?
Well, I'm gonna say this much.
All right.
I just said I want to see. I want to see Otis Kogar versus Michael Kruger. If I saw that match and then 2 motherfucking bulls hugged at the end of the match, I would be very mad. I would be mad. I would be mad.
It should never happen.
Kruger comes from the seventh circle of hell, and Otis is evil incarnate. Motherfuckers like that don't hug.
Triple H was
They don't
heavily
hug.
punished when they did the fucking
Yeah, but
curtain
there's a
call.
place
He was
for it
punished
now. There's a
severely.
place for it now. You know, if somebody wants to hug during the TOD main
Dude, it
event,
happens
like, I wouldn't fuck
every
with
match,
them.
dude. If you watch an event, these wrestlers shake hands and hug after every single match.
All right, well,
It
but
happens
that's what I'm saying.
every
Like,
time.
There's a time and a place for it narratively. Otis Kogar
now-
in the chat says, "I'll never fucking hug."
Right, but now it's a time where we should bring back where you should beat up your opponent after the match and continue your heel status. Build your heel. Build your fucking face, dude. Don't just both hug each other and
But
destroy
Brian-
good versus evil.
Brian-
And you're both performers and you're both good. No. One of you is still a piece of shit that wanted the other guy to lose.
But I could have a counter argument that says that the fans in attendance are appreciating the battle between two guys. The fans in attendance aren't cheering and booing the heel like you would in a normal wrestling match. The fans in attendance understand death match. They understand the sacrifice that these guys are going through. So, the fans in attendance and the smaller circle of people who appreciate death match want to see their oppositions hug, because the reason why you love deathmatch in the first place is because you are appreciating what both of the guys are going through in the interest of the story. So in the match, these fans are high-level fucking fans. So they're saying yay, boo, but really they're still understanding that there is a mutual
motherfucking
sacrifice that
Mankind
goes
and
on.
Undertaker hug each
so
other
at
after the
end,
Hell in a Cell
Brian,
match?
I'm so close, Brian. Please, I'm so
agree.
wasted, Brian. Please,
I
let
just
me
don't agree
finish.
with you.
At
I
the
don't agree with
end, we can all drop the curtain. We can all fucking like hug and bow together and be like, wow, I am so happy that these guys, because like, let's talk about it really. The spots aren't that smart. They're just basically standing still while they're hitting each other with fucking implements. So why not have a cathartic moment where the men can hug all bloody and give each other hepatitis? And
Because it's a
fans can
show,
get
brother.
We'll all
It's a
get it
fucking
together.
show.
We'll all get it together.
It's a goddamn show, dude. It's a show where you're good versus evil,
Why
and
not?
you don't break character.
Why not just let it happen? Because we're all
it's
there
bullshit.
to appreciate.
It's trash. Trash. It's trash, dude.
Let's all
It's
mix
got-
blood.
No,
It's
again,
a blood.
people-
It's a
dude.
blood bond.
It's a ritual.
Shut your
It's a
mouth, because
ritual.
people sacrifice their bodies and don't hug after matches and keep character and don't have to get their
how
selves
dare you?
over by
you
hugging.
You saw Ricochet Page versus
No,
Matt Tremont hug,
Mick
and you
Foley,
cried like a baby.
Mick Foley and Undertaker, they did not hug after their Hell in a Cell.
They
People
might
don't
have.
hug after big matches.
Okay. I think you're talking, and I think even what I said about wanting to see Michael Kruger and Otis fight each other, their characters would never hug in front of people. Okay, and Undertaker and Mankind's characters would never hug in front of people. But in today's day and age, Brian, a day and age where Art the Clown is an icon in a lot of people's eyes,
Full
like
circle.
we all know.
Full circle.
We all know.
I hate
We
this,
all
Larry.
know.
I hate that you're doing this, Larry. I hate that you're doing
I'm
this.
just saying, like y'all.
Because I don't agree.
y'all
I don't agree. I don't
then it's
agree.
like, oh, 500 people in Tournament of Death, big win. And I'm like, no, 44 people at Carnage Cup 14, big win. Because Carnage Cup with 44 people out there in that motherfucking field in Mackenzie took the fucking weekend.
Right, but now, Larry, you're making me tight, because Carnage Cup having 44 people is the same thing as CZW having fucking 500 people.
Well, you do it for the
No.
footage. You do it
No.
for the
Right.
footage.
Yes, no, dude, it's
Just
the performers
like Larry's
that
favorite
put on the
promoter,
performances.
Sammy Callahan. You do it for the gifts.
Dude,
Just like
Mickey
Larry's
did
favorite
not
promoter.
hug her opponents. Mickey did not hug her opponents after she wrestled them. She was tight. Mickey wanted to fucking fuck people in their assholes and prolapse them. She did not hug them.
She did. I know her. She wanted to prolapse an ass.
Right. She prolapsed them all.
Well, hey.
Undeniably.
It's 9/11. It's 9/11. Let's
Well,
go
hey,
home.
it's 9/11.
Let's go home.
Proper time to end the show.
Let's go home.
Can I just say to both of you that I love you both so much with all my heart. And
I love you back.
this show, I love this show. I love chatting with you guys and yelling at you guys and just see where the night takes us.
Come here.
If you want to
My girl
win
was down.
one of these cats, comment on the next YouTube video.
Get the
Brian
fuck
will
outta here.
put his cat in a box and send it to you. Same with Larry.
This cat's never going anywhere, dude. Until it dies. Take care of it though. Until it dies.
Let me just say that more than wrestling, I want to just send a heartfelt shout out to the New York Metropolitans of baseball.
Shout out Paul Ginsburg too, because he would have been so proud of what
And
the
I
Mets
just want to shout
got to.
out
He
Brian's
also would've
dead
called them pieces of shit.
uncle and Larry's dead
His
uncle
dead,
for providing them both with fashion and accoutrements.
My
My
Uncle
uncle bought me my
John.
first drum set. My dead uncle bought me my first drum set. Shout out dead uncles. Uncles are important people.
And I just want to say that uncles are important people. And the sports
So are fathers.
team that you root for, based in the
Fuck sports.
proximity in which you were born, is also very
I feel you
important.
now, Pat. I feel you. I feel you. You're right. I feel
I don't
you.
know. I don't think either of you are
I
right.
feel I feel the origin again, legacy. Pat
It's
is
always
talking about real
but
shit.
it's still
If
it's
they
still
built a
whack. It's still
stadium-
whack.
If they built a stadium in Astoria or Kew Gardens or the Bronx, that was money. That was status. That was the mafia.
And that's
dude.
what people really care about. And
I do appreciate elite sports. So if it's like the World Series, or if it's like the Super Bowl or the Olympics, or if it's guys that are like,
so you're a
top
poser. You're a
tier.
poser, basically.
No, I like what I like, motherfucker. I'm not a poser. I don't pretend to like things. I like what I
Speaking of
like.
posers, I just
Suck
want
my
to let
dick.
everybody out there know who's burned the bridge, maybe fucking use their Blvd Bullies resume to suckle on the teat of someone else or somebody else who's been doing the same fucking format that the Blvd Bullies taught them 4 years ago. Trying to be important, trying to be cool, trying to think you're the LA Dodgers, but you're really the fucking Mississippi bullshit mud.
No, you're actually
Beavers.
just Joey fucking Janela. You're just Joey Janela.
You think you're Hulk Hogan, but you're just Joey Janela. You think
Right.
you're the Ultimate Warrior, but you're really just Casanova Valentine.
Oh,
And
Patrick.
to all our enemies out there, let me tell you one thing. What you see right here ain't gonna stop.
What you see right here, man?
And
It ain't
your
gonna stop.
life, it's limited. So when you die, we will celebrate. And to anybody who lives, die slow. And until next time, it's your favorite 3 motherfuckers to have ever existed. Watch out. The people versus the Blvd Bullies versus the world. At a time, you're happy and welcome for the inspiration. Bye-bye. Hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing here? All right, hold on. Here we go. Let me mute this, and I'm just gonna. Okay, here we go now. Okay.
Boulevard.